and my teammates Manav Rupani and Chinmay teli are going to demonstrate our IA2, which is SQL configuring SQL injection with the help of Burp Suite. We configure the SQL injection for three vulnerable apps, which are presented by portsfigure.net, because it is safe to use and we don't have any certification to go public yet. So let us start by configuring the SQL attack for the first vulnerable lab. Here, this is the web products website, as you can see, and what we have to do is change the category from accessories to all, which is basically, you can see here, category is gifted and released when we want to see display all the details in any category, both released and unreleased. So the main logic here would be commenting the part which is after the name of the category. So first we will observe here. So category is equal to accessories. Then we start by our verb suit, and just we use Foxy proxy for changing our proxy settings, and we intercept this current page. We see that Burp Suite has successfully captured the page we are trying. We send it to intruder. Here the actual magic happens. We clear all the predefined variables which we can see here. Then we add the variable accessories because we want to play with the category, and then we configure a payload. The payload here would be a condition such that everything would be true, every category would be true, and after that the released thing would be commented. So we do or 1 is equal to 1 and comment it after it. We add the payload, start the attack, and we can see that our configuration was quite successful. We can go to render and render in tab in response, and it takes some time because we want to see the output after querying the payload. And yes, we can see that we got the output, which is quite successful. So we can copy this payload and sorry, discard. We can copy this payload and turn off our Foxy proxy setting and turn it in the browser. So plus on 1 is equal to 1, and here we see that you solved the lab. So this configuration of SQL injection was quite successful on our end. Now we see the second vulnerable lab, which is we want to get administrative login. We want to bypass the login by using administrator rights or privileges. Uh, so this is the website. We go to my account, and this is the username and password. We again turn on the Foxy proxy settings to we turn on the proxy setting to change our proxy settings. Turn the intercept on, refresh the page, and we see that the page is getting captured, but we haven't added any parameters yet. So we just forward the page. Enter our username. Suppose my name is user for initial purpose, and pass login, and we see that it will capture the packet. with username, user and password pass which we just entered. We send it to intruder, clear all the variables. Since we want to here play with our user, we add it as a variable. Then we configure the payload. Here the payload would be administrator because we want the administrator access. Administrator. Then after that, we want to comment the rest of the query. So we put double quotations. We start the attack. Okay. And as you can see, we got a 302 output, which is something that has been found. So we use the same payload in the like in the actual username and login form. We turn off everything, the proxy administrator, and now we may don't need a password, but we can type anything and log in. Simply log in here, and it takes some loading time because we are bypassing the login. Yes, yes, my box. And here we can see that we have some error occurred to us. Let me see. Here we can successfully see that my username is now administrator. So we successfully configured the SQL injection for this lab too. Next, what we have to do configure a SQL injection for returning additional row containing null values. So basically, we don't know a category, how many columns a category has. So we have to check that and exploit that vulnerability. For this, we may have to use some brute force approach. Like since we don't know number of columns, we use a brute force approach here. We change the proxy settings, go to Burp Suite, turn on the intercept, refresh the website, and here we can see category accessories. Send this to intruder, clear the existing variables. Since we are interested in category, we add it. We then go to the payload. Here, since like we don't know how many columns we want to set it to null, so here a kind of brute force approach will be setting first column to null, second to null, third to null, and so on till five we say. So here it would be union select null and afterwards comment. Similarly, we do for two columns. For three columns, for four columns, for five columns, and now we start the attack. This is what we called a script. Like in actual SQL injection configuration, a script may be of more than 75 or 1000 words. Here we can see that union select are like three nulls. That is, each category has three columns has returned something, some response, valid response, which is 200. We render it and we see that yes, it has done something unusual to our website. So we try this query. We change the burp setting. Refresh this with playing with the browser. Union select null 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 and resting. So yeah, congratulations, you solved the lab. So we successfully configured the SQL injection for finding out the total number of columns for a particular category also. So this is called a union attack, and this is it. Thank you for all your attention. Thank you.